Okay, welcome back, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Today, we're diving deep into something I bet you think you already know. Licorice root.
Okay.
Now, trust me, this isn't about the candy.
Right.
We're going way beyond Twizzlers and those red licorice twists.
Yeah.
And really going to uncover the power of this ancient herb, licorice root.
Cool.
So, to guide us on today's exploration, we got a fantastic article from Green Time Wellness, which,
Sounds familiar.
seems to be a pretty trusted source in the natural health world.
Sure.
And I'll tell you, one thing that just blew me away
Okay.
was just how versatile this licorice root really is. We're talking benefits for everything from your gut to stress to hormones, even skin health.
That's amazing.
So I am pumped to dig into this.
Yeah.
So what really jumped out at you from this material?
Honestly, the thing that struck me most was just the depth and complexity of licorice root.
Okay.
We often hear about herbs that have just one benefit.
Right.
But licorice really seems to be working on multiple levels, affecting all these different systems in the body simultaneously.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the article talks about licorice root being like this digestive superstar. And, let's face it, who hasn't had,
A little indigestion.
a little indigestion?
Yeah, after a big meal.
After maybe a big meal or something.
For sure.
But what I found really cool
Yeah.
was how licorice root actually works in the gut.
Right. It's not just about soothing the stomach. It's deeper than that.
Exactly.
So licorice root contains this compound called glycyrrhiza.
Okay.
And studies have shown that this can actually interact with your gut microbiome,
Wow.
which is, all those bacteria that live in your gut, which is so important.
Yes.
And it actually promotes the growth of the beneficial bacteria,
Oh, very cool.
which has a ripple effect on your overall digestive health.
So it's like,
It goes beyond
more
just,
than just
putting out the fire.
yeah, exactly.
It's like we're nurturing a healthy gut ecosystem.
Absolutely.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Wow.
Licorice is known for way more than just digestion, right?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I remember as a kid, my mom
Yeah.
always gave me licorice cough drops when I was sick.
Oh, yeah. Licorice root has been used for respiratory issues for a long time. And, we all know the cough drop connection.
Right?
But it's way more
Yeah.
than just that soothing effect.
Right.
Licorice actually acts as what's called an expectorant,
Okay.
which means it actually thins and loosens the mucus in your airways.
So it helps.
It's actually helping your body clear things out.
Yeah, so it's not just
Not just masking the symptom.
masking, right?
Yeah.
It's actually like a 1-2 punch.
Totally.
Soothes the throat.
Yep.
And helps you expel all that gunk.
I love that, the 1-2 punch.
Yeah. I'm sensing a theme here. What's that?
Licorice just seems to work in such clever, multifaceted ways.
Yeah, it's like a multitasker.
And speaking of clever,
Uh-huh.
the article also mentioned licorice root as a stress buster and a hormone helper.
Yes, and this is where it gets super interesting.
Okay.
So licorice is considered what we call an adaptogen.
Yeah.
And that basically means that it can help your body adapt to stress better.
Right.
But it's not just a general calming effect. It
Right.
really works by what's called modulating your HPA axis.
Okay, hold on. Break that down for me.
Okay.
The HPA axis, what's that all about?
So the HPA axis is this complex network.
Okay.
It involves your hypothalamus, your pituitary gland, and your adrenal
Right.
glands.
Yeah.
And it's basically your central stress response system.
Okay.
So it's responsible for releasing hormones like cortisol,
Right.
which we've all heard of.
Yeah.
And what licorice seems to do is help regulate the release of these hormones. So it's preventing them from going haywire when we're under pressure.
So it's like licorice is helping our bodies find that sweet spot.
Exactly.
Not overreacting to stress, but not completely shutting down our stress response either.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah. It's like having this buffer
Yeah.
against the negative impacts of chronic stress.
Right. Which so many of us are dealing with these days.
Exactly.
Wow. This is way more nuanced than I ever imagined.
Right.
And it gets even more interesting
Okay.
when you consider the hormone balancing aspects.
Yes.
Especially for women.
Absolutely.
And the article mentioned its potential for easing menopause symptoms.
Right. So licorice root contains compounds called phytoestrogens.
Okay.
And these are plant-based compounds that
Okay.
can mimic the effects of estrogen in the body.
Oh, interesting.
And this can be really helpful for women experiencing those menopausal symptoms,
Gotcha.
like hot flashes, mood swings,
Yeah.
as estrogen levels naturally decline during that time.
So it's not a direct replacement, but it can give some support
Exactly.
during a time when hormones are all over the place.
Yeah, it's like a gentle nudge in the right direction.
Exactly.
Supporting the body's natural processes, not drastically altering them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got digestion, respiratory support, stress management,
Yep.
hormone balancing.
Right.
Is there anything licorice root can't do?
It's pretty amazing.
I mean, the article even mentioned it's used in skincare.
It's true. Licorice extract
Yeah.
is really popular in skincare products.
Wow.
It's known to have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, which are so beneficial for so many skin concerns.
Yeah.
It can help lighten hyperpigmentation, reduce redness, soothe irritation.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really versatile.
Okay, well, I'm starting to think I need to stock up on licorice root in all its forms.
Yeah.
Teas, supplements, skincare, the
Mhm.
whole... But before I go on a licorice shopping spree,
Okay.
I did read about some cautions.
Sure.
And it sounds like, you really shouldn't overdo it.
That's true.
Right.
Moderation is key with anything.
Yes.
And licorice root's no exception.
No.
Consuming too much, especially over a long period, can lead to side effects like
Right.
elevated blood pressure,
Bye.
potassium depletion.
So I imagine for people who have, pre-existing conditions,
Yeah.
like high blood pressure or kidney problems,
Especially.
it's really important to be cautious and consult with their doctor before,
Absolutely.
using licorice root.
Always a good idea to talk to your doctor
Yeah.
before you start any new herb or supplement,
Right.
especially if you have any concerns or are taking medications.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Well, this deep dive has been a real eye-opener for me.
Too.
I had no idea licorice root was such a powerhouse.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing how something we associate with simple candy
Yep.
can have such profound effects on our well-being.
Right.
It really makes you appreciate the power of nature, doesn't it?
For sure.
So I'm curious, for those of you listening, have you incorporated licorice root into your routine?
Yeah, we'd love to hear.
What's been your experience? Share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time.